Yet another school shooting, this time at a private Christian school in Nashville. 3 9-year-old students and 3 staff members are dead. The 28-year-old suspect was shot and killed by police. Speaking yesterday from the White House, President Biden called the shooting a family's worst nightmare, adding that gun violence is, quote, ripping at the very soul of this nation.
And joining us now from the North Lawn is White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Karine, it is good to see you again, but I'm sorry it's after yet another incident of gun violence in America. In the wake of yesterday's school shooting, President Biden once again called on Congress to pass an assault weapons ban. But listen, we know that's unlikely to happen right now. And some Republicans believe there's no lack of laws, but a lack of enforcement. What can the White House do right now to take on gun violence in America?
I'll tell you this, Gio, and again, always good to see you, my friend. I'm sorry that it is under these circumstances, but what we need from congressional Republicans is courage. That's what we need. We need them to show some courage at this time of tragedy. And when you are a parent and you get, again, a family's worst nightmare, you hear about your child not making it through their day, through the day at a school where they're supposed to be safe, where teachers are supposed to be able to teach in an environment that's safe. What do you say to those parents? What do you say to those families? You can't say to them there's nothing else that can be done. That's not what their job is as legislators. And here's the thing, Gio, and I think you all understand this very well. The president could do but so much. He has done historic amount of executive actions in his first 2 years, more than any other president before him. And the way government works is that we now need Congress to take action and put legislation before the Congress and get that passed so that the president can sign that into law. Banning assault weapons, we know that works. We know it worked 30 years ago, and then we saw gun violence go down. And then when it was sunset, that very piece of legislation, we saw gun violence go up. We know what can work to save the lives of children, to save the lives in our communities across the country, and they know exactly what they need to do. And not only that, Gio, majority of Americans want this. Majority of Americans want common sense gun safety laws. They want to see assault weapons banned. These are weapons of war. We're talking about weapons of war. So the president has done his part. We need Congress to do their part.
I think it's safe to say, Karine, that the overwhelming number of parents in this country, they don't care about politics. They just want to find a solution here. They want to find a solution here, and I know that you are included in that. Meanwhile, Karine, let's switch gears here a bit, because today the president is also starting off his Investing in America tour that's in North Carolina. What's that tour all about, and what do you hope to accomplish?
Yeah, thank you so much for asking. It is all about investing in America, creating good jobs. This is what the president ran on, how we're going to make sure that we're creating an economy that builds up from the bottom up, middle out, not trickle down, because we know that doesn't work. And that's what you're going to see from this president. You're going to hear him speak to this. And it's, again, a direct contrast of what we're hearing from Republicans in Congress. They want to increase everyday price of goods for Americans. They want to repeal Inflation Reduction Act, which does nothing for the American people, which does nothing to help our economy, which does nothing to help lower the deficit, which is something that the president puts front and center at every day when he wakes up, how we're going to make the American people's lives easier, how we're going to really deal with inflation and lower costs. And this is part of what you're going to see today in Durham, North Carolina with the president.
Yeah, helping hardworking Americans, find jobs that satisfy their needs. I know that's top of mind. Also top of mind for many Americans is the banking system. First Citizens Bank announced a deal to purchase Silicon Valley Bank, the collapsed lender that was taken over by the FDIC. President Biden has called on Congress to pass legislation to strengthen rules on banks and prevent failures like this in the future. So how confident are you that that will happen? In the meantime, can Americans trust that their money is safe?
Yes, the Americans should have confidence. That's what the president has been saying and trying to put forward these last 2 weeks, is make sure that Americans have confidence in the banking system. The banking system is indeed resilient. We took some actions to make sure that depositors feel safe, that they will get their resources that they need, and so it also stabilizing the banking system. So again, we are in a good place moving forward because of the actions that this president and his administration took. The American people should should have complete confidence on how we're moving forward and how we're going to protect taxpayers.
All right, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, thank you so much for joining us on this difficult day.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Kana.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.